Did somebody say a fourth stimulus check? Well, you guys came to the right place. This is your latest fourth stimulus check as well as daily news update. Fresh new $1,000 stimulus checks from the House Ways and Means Committee. Possible $1,000 recurring stimulus checks. Big support for the coming $3.5 trillion stimulus package. And lastly, exciting new stimulus check exclusively for seniors. There's also incredible news of Apple stock dropping big time. Could this be the best time to buy the dip? Also, will Apple be releasing the new iPhone 13 or will they skip 13 and go straight to the iPhone 14? Let's find out in today's video. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you happen to be in this country. It's your boy Ron here. Thanks for checking out the channel. And we're all about cash money on this channel. The fourth stimulus check, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, stock market updates, and of course, the US economy. I'm really happy to have you guys here. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel by always hitting the like button. I cannot thank you guys enough. And let's go ahead and jump right in. Some major last minute stimulus just dropped from the House Ways and Means Committee. They covered some exciting stimulus for us. The child tax credit, earned income tax credit, the child and dependent care tax credit, and exciting new electric vehicle tax credits for you guys. And don't think that I'm forgetting about you seniors in our community. I have some stimulus news for you guys, so definitely stick around. All right, so here's the deal. Child tax credit, the $3,000 to $3,600 child tax credit paid out in $250 to $300 monthly checks. They're extending that to 2025. 4 more years, so an additional $12,000 to $14,000 for you guys. Earned income tax credit, $538 for individuals with no children. That's right, no children. One qualifying child, $3,584. 2 qualifying children, $5,920, and 3 or more qualifying children, $6,660. Wow. This could get even bigger thanks to Representative Gwen Moore's proposal to expand and modernize the earned income tax credit. Now, according to the proposal's text, the maximum credit for single filers would rise to $4,000 and married filers would receive a maximum credit of $8,000. Now, they also want to take a page from the child tax credits book and make the payout monthly. Now, according to the text, it says here, the WRCR Act includes an option for recipients to receive 75% of their estimated credit each month. Taxpayers may elect to receive their payments by direct deposit, low-fee debit card, or check. Now, this could mean $250 monthly stimulus checks for you guys with no children. Pretty nice, right? I thought it was pretty nice anyway. Now, especially since we're finally hearing some news about stimulus for individuals with no children. I mean, I've seen the comments so many times. What about us without children? It seemed like all of the stimulus and support was for parents or at least individuals who are in care of children. But really cool now is that we're seeing that there is actually support for people without children. Child and dependent care tax credit, $4,000 to $8,000 tax credit for the care of qualifying persons. And so what this means is that children or other dependents, this would enable you to be able to go back to work, look for work, or even attend school. We've also got the electric vehicle tax credit of $7,500, and this is a federal tax credit for certain alternative energy cars. Now, this one we haven't talked about much, but it could be very good for those with electric vehicles, EV, plug-in, hybrid, fuel cell vehicles, those kind of things. I mean, heck, even if you're considering buying one right now, there's some stimulus check money available for you depending upon what state you're in. That could also help offset the cost of the purchase of your electric vehicle. California currently offers the most support for EV buyers. Residents can qualify for up to $7,000 in state incentives through their state's Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. Some electric vehicle companies also give electric vehicle incentives. The Omaha Public Power District, for instance, offers a $2,500 rebate for customers who purchase a new EV and home charging station. How are you guys liking the stimulus so far? Drop a quick comment down below if you guys are getting excited over some of the stimulus. I know I am. And stay right there because we're just getting started today. Now, in case you missed some of my previous videos, stimulus is coming out by the day, at least from the House Ways and Means Committee. Now, here's a quick rundown. It says here, Trade Adjustment Assistance, TAA programs, investments in these programs that provide financial support and workforce development services to people who have lost their jobs as a result of trade. The committee boosted benefits and expanded eligibility for assistance. Medicare expansion, vision and hearing benefits to the older population in 2022 and 2023 respectively, while dental benefits would begin in 2028. Healthcare Worker Grant Program, funding for the Health Profession Opportunity Grant, which provides grants to fund training and education for professions in healthcare. Elder Justice. Now this one's for protections for seniors and those with disabilities from abuse. Got nursing home data, staffing reform, funding for the Department of Health and Human Services, including to manage validation of nursing home data and to conduct studies on staff to resident ratios in nursing homes. Child care grants aimed at helping child care providers improve their facilities as well as grants aimed at increasing wages for childcare workers. This is actually an interesting one because I know a lot of you guys were interested in starting a daycare center in your homes. This might actually be some free money for you to be able to get your side hustle or small business off the ground. Next, we've got retirement savings. It says here provisions to require certain businesses to automatically enroll employees in retirement plans and to enhance a retirement savings tax credit that benefits low and middle income households. Parental, family, and medical leave up to 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave. So, it's pretty exciting to keep up with all of the stimulus here. I hope you guys are getting excited about this. And if you want the blow-by-blow details for all these programs, definitely check out my previous videos, through our channel playlist section. I've gone into detail on each of these in previous videos. Definitely more to come in today's update. And like I said, we're not forgetting about you seniors in our audience. The latest news says that there is a $1,400 stimulus check that is cooking up just for seniors. The Senior Citizens League sent an email last week about this. It says here that they're planning to petition Congress for $1,400 stimulus checks just for seniors. That way you guys can get an extra non-taxable income to offset higher costs in income levies and Medicare surcharge if next year's COLA bumps you into a higher tax bracket. Now we're all set to see that confirmed COLA next month. Right now their estimate is it'll be a whopping 6.2% increase, thanks to inflation, right? I guess there is some good news about that, but I'll keep you guys posted in my future updates. We're also keeping a very close eye on the House Ways and Means Committee because they were the ones that are in charge of the previous stimulus checks from Congress. So if there's ever an update, our channel will be the first to let you guys know. Just hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell already. And let's not forget 7 members of this influential House Ways and Means Committee recently wrote a letter to President Biden to ask him for recurring stimulus checks and unemployment expansion. According to them, direct payments and enhanced unemployment insurance, the UI, in particular, has served as lifelines to families and workers that have had their lives upended by the pandemic. As we continue to build back better, it is imperative that we work to ensure this critical relief remains available when they need it most. Now, this reminds me of all the support that we're seeing for the 4th stimulus check, even recurring stimulus checks. The Change.org petition just reached 2.87 million signatures. Now, according to the text, it says it took 9 months for Congress to send a second stimulus check and just moments to spend it. Moving forward, Congress needs to make recurring stimulus checks automatic if certain triggers are met. I don't know if I could agree any more than that. And apart from that, there really isn't any stimulus or bill more popular than stimulus checks. Republicans lost the Senate majority purely because the Republican senators blocked the $2,000 stimulus checks in December. After that, both Democratic candidates in the January Georgia runoff elections, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, promised to make $2,000 stimulus checks a reality if they won. Now, of course, it's neither here nor there, but many people were arguing, well, they really didn't send out $2,000 stimulus checks, but then they pretty much came back and said, hey, $600 stimulus checks recently went out. We sent out $1,400 stimulus checks. 600 plus 1,400, there's your 2,000. I don't know if I agree with that, but whatever, that's their logic. They pressured Republican candidates David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler to do the same. In the end, Democrats won both seats. And as if that wasn't enough, we also saw support from more than 80 lawmakers, 156 top economists, and Vice President Kamala Harris, who's all endorsing recurring stimulus checks in one form or another. President Biden even expressed an openness to the 4th stimulus check. Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that he is open to a range of ideas when it comes to his American Jobs and Families plan. Remember that, guys? So really, with all the support behind them, it's pretty hard to believe that a 4th stimulus check isn't happening. You guys with me on that? I'm staying optimistic on that 4th stimulus check, I'll be honest with you. But let's see how this could actually fit in the upcoming $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Remember, they are known for always adding a stimulus check at the end. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told reporters, we're moving full speed ahead. We want to keep things going. We think getting this done is so important. All the surveys and polls also show that there's a majority of voters backing the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. A Quinnipiac poll conducted July 27 through August 2nd showed 62% support and 32% opposition. A Monmouth University poll conducted July 21st through the 26th revealed 63% in favor, 35% opposed. And the same with the Data for Progress poll conducted July 30th through August 2nd, 66% of likely voters in their sample supported the plan as described, while 26% opposed it. In addition, Americans generally approve of the idea of increasing taxes on the rich and the wealthy, and of course on big corporations. The time is definitely now for more stimulus. Stick around for this one as we're going to talk more about the tax credit expansions that could potentially give us all recurring stimulus checks in the near future. Stay tuned for that one. Stock tip of the day, Apple just lost $85 billion in value this week, so it actually may be the best time to buy the dip, as they say. Now, of course, this is not stock or investment advice. This is purely for entertainment purposes, but Apple stock fell 3.3%. That is their biggest decline since May 4th. And this is thanks to a federal judge ruling sought by Epic Games, which would allow developers to steer consumers outside payment methods for mobile apps. That ruling means a potentially serious dent to Apple's fees, which could go as high as 30% of in-app purchases. So it's definitely time to take a look at Apple for your start in the stock market. Now, according to Mac Rumors, the 2021 iPhone 13 models are just days away from being unveiled. And because we've been hearing rumors about what to expect from the new devices since before the 2020 iPhone 12 models even debuted, we got a good idea of what's coming. Apple is holding a California streaming event on Tuesday, September 14th, which is where we expect to see the iPhone 13 and Apple Watch Series 7 models. After being unveiled on the 14th, Apple could begin taking orders on the 17th, and the new models could perhaps see an official launch on the 24th, but we don't know the exact release date until September 14th. DigiTimes claims that Apple will increase their prices of the upcoming iPhone 13 models to compensate for the increased cost of chip production from the TSMC, but this has not yet been confirmed, and other sources have said that that's not the case. Now, the iPhone 14 models could also feature a new design that does away with the camera bump, instead introducing a flush camera design for the first time in many years. For more on what to expect from the iPhone 14, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Take note, October is just around the corner, and Apple's most likely going to be making a killing again with the reveal of the iPhone 13. Now, looking at their chart, there's a 29% increase from where they were just a year ago. That is a self-made $200 stimulus check for you right there if you invested $1,000 into Apple last year. Imagine how it could go from a year from now. Pretty exciting, right? Drop your stock market questions in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to get to them for our next stock tip special. We'll also talk about the most popular stocks based on your comments, so write your questions down in the comments. And if you want more channel exclusive financial info, definitely check out our limited edition newsletter on the 20 pandemic proof ways to earn extra income today. Link in the pinned comment down below. Get your free copy. Okay, so child tax credits equals recurring stimulus checks. How's that? Well, there's definitely a lot of overlap and similarities between the two forms of stimulus. So for one, they both do a lot to alleviate poverty. And for two, they both work on the same system of monthly distribution. I'll be honest with you, I don't care what they call the check as long as they deposit it into my bank account. New survey data from the U.S. Census Bureau revealed that the new child tax credit brought a significant drop in households reporting hunger. The U.S. Census Bureau conducted a survey before and after the credit was sent out. And get this, in a span of just 6 weeks, it showed the credit coincided with a quick drop in food insufficiency and a drop in those who say that they have difficulty paying weekly expenses. Surprise, surprise, right? Now, the same survey also showed that households without children did not see a change in food insufficiency in the same time frame. So what do you think could help out with that? That's right, we're talking about the fourth stimulus checks. A new study from the University of Michigan examined the impacts of the 3 previous stimulus checks sent by Congress and found that the additional income helped many people keep food on the table and a roof over their head. Here's a quick recap from House Representative Joyce Beatty's Twitter account. Stimulus check facts. Helped reduce food insecurity by 40%. Helped reduce financial instability by 45%. Helped reduce reported adverse mental health symptoms by 20%. Republicans voted for last round of stimulus checks. Now, as for the 4th and maybe even the 5th stimulus check, another report, this time from the advocacy group from the Economic Security Project, showed that sending 4th and 5th stimulus checks could keep 12 million Americans out of poverty. The report says evidence from the last year shows stimulus checks to be the fastest and most impactful investments, helping Americans to get through the crisis, lifting more people out of poverty than any other single policy. That's pretty impressive. So what they're really seeing here is this child tax credit could be the beginning of recurring stimulus checks, or even possibly a guaranteed basic income. Guaranteed income pioneer, former Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs talks more about this.
First, let me just say, it is a huge deal. It is literally a guaranteed income for families. 90% of families were receiving checks every month, and the fight now is to make that permanent. And it's a big deal because we know people are struggling. We know that childcare is expensive. We know that people are working themselves to death, that people aren't able to afford housing, that people aren't able to pay off debts. We know that people just see the income floor, and this is a huge first step to unlocking the potential, the productivity of the American people, and the idea that we could cut child poverty in half is a huge one. I think the corollary is, Why would anyone be opposed to ending child poverty? Why would anyone be opposed to folks eating? Why would anyone be opposed to increased consumer spending? So it's a huge deal, but it's temporary. And now the fight is to make that permanent, make it so that if you have a child in America, you're given the income floor you need to be good parents and to show up for your kids in the ways that they need you to show up.
It was Tubbs' program in Stockton that was a big pioneer for this. Their pioneer program in 2018, the Stockton Economic Empowerment Demonstration, or the SEED program, it provided 125 randomly selected residents monthly stipends of $500 a month. 2 years later, the data speaks for itself. When stipends were first granted, 29% of participants were full-time employees. A year later, 40% of participants had full-time jobs. Basically, the guaranteed income group found full-time employment at twice the rate as the controlled group. What happened was the $500 removed material barriers that help participants apply for jobs and take time to attend interviews. Makes sense, right? They also called it a financial vaccine that improved participants' health. Results show that depression and anxiety levels were among the group. This had the double effect of lowering their stress and giving them time to set goals and perform better when seeking full-time employment. So yeah, it's not about giving people the prize and making them lazy. It's more like giving people a fair starting line. What would you guys do if you were given an extra $500 in monthly checks? Would you quit your jobs, or would you take advantage of that and try to actually boost your income and maybe even get a better job after getting this $500 per month? I would love to hear from you guys. More mayors are following suit and doing their own guaranteed income pilot programs. Check out info in your area. You may be missing a chance for your own monthly stimulus checks from your city. Ultimately, we're hoping that this will all lead to data that'll convince Congress to do this on a national level. Representative Ilhan Omar already set the groundwork with her proposal for a guaranteed income bill that would actually give monthly stimulus checks of $1,200 per month for individual adults and $600 for children. Omar's official statement about the bill says, "For too long, we have prioritized endless growth while millions are homeless, hungry, or without health care. The pandemic has laid bare these inequalities. We as a nation have the ability to make sure someone has their basic needs like food, housing, and healthcare met." Now, aside from that, we'll also be keeping tabs on several other similar Congress proposals. So, number one, you've got the House resolution to end poverty. Now, here we'll get some cash assistance programs, aka stimulus checks, a minimum wage increase, expanded unemployment insurance, canceling of all unpayable debt, affordable and public housing, and free education. We're essentially calling this the stimulus motherlode because if the whole thing or any part of it gets passed, that'll be a sweet, sweet payday for the American people. So the next one up is the Automatic Boost to Communities Act. This is the AVC Act. This is the most straightforward stimulus check proposal that there is. This is for a $2,000 fourth stimulus check and then $1,000 monthly stimulus checks until a year after the pandemic is ended. And then the third one on the table right now is the China Virus Restitution Act. This is the very interesting bill from House Representative Mo Brooks that wants to force communist China to pay for America's trillions of dollars in pandemic-related losses. Basically, it'll let you kind of get back your virus-related losses, including loss of earnings, medical expenses, replacement services loss, and of course, losses due to death. So we're kind of thinking of that one as like your make your own stimulus type of bill. Definitely an interesting proposal on Congress's table right now. But really, any one of these proposals could easily be folded into the $3.5 trillion stimulus package being written into Congress's bills right now. And we'd be able to get our fourth, maybe even fifth, or possibly even stimulus checks on a monthly basis just like that. But that's why I always recommend catching our latest news and our daily news updates. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you always get the latest and freshest updates delivered straight to your screen. And if you ever do miss one, just head on over to our playlist section where we've easily put together all the updates in one easy to click package. We've got the fourth stimulus checks in there. We've got the trending stories. We've got the Boost Credit Score 740 Plus repair link. We've got the SSI Social Security updates, Medicare updates, and of course, rental assistance. So I really hope that you guys find that helpful. And you know, ultimately, this was your stimulus lowdown, the latest on the fourth stimulus check, your daily news update. We covered the fresh $1,000 stimulus checks from the House Ways and Means Committee, possible $1,000 recurring stimulus checks, big support coming from the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, and lastly, exciting new stimulus checks exclusively for seniors. And you know, let's not forget, we also covered the incredible news of Apple stock dropping big time. We covered the upcoming Apple iPhone 13 as well as the possible iPhone 14 coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed today's updates. Thank you guys so much for sharing this video with your friends and your family. I appreciate you guys always hitting the like button and supporting the channel. I hope you guys stay safe out there, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.